Let's tame the multiplication monster and learn the secret code that unlocks all your times 9 multiplication facts. When you multiply 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, there's a secret code that unlocks the answer. Here's the first part of the secret code. The value in the answer's tens place is always 1 less than the number we multiplied by 9. I'm going to modify this chart so you can quickly see that that's true. The value in the answer's tens place is always 1 less than the number we are multiplying by 9. Here's an example using 6 times 9 or 9 times 6. It doesn't matter how we think about that. First, we get the value in the answer's tens place by asking what's 1 less than the number we are multiplying by 9. And because we are multiplying 9 by 6 in this case, and 1 less than 6 is 5, we know there will be a 5 in the tens place of the answer to that multiplication fact. Here's part 2 of the secret code. To find the answer's ones place value, just ask what's needed to add to 9, or a little more specifically, what number does the value in the answer's tens place, which in this case is 5, need to add up to 9? Because 5 needs 4 to add up to 9, we know there will be a 4 in the ones place of the answer to this multiplication fact. And this gives us our answer to 6 times 9. 6 times 9 equals 54. It works this way for all the times 9 multiplication facts. The value in the answer's tens place and ones place always add up to 9. So if you know the tens place value, you can figure out the ones place value because together they always add up to 9. Let's use this secret code to work out 5 times 9. To get the answer's tens place value, just ask what's 1 less than the number we are multiplying by 9. And 1 less than 5 equals 4. So there will be a 4 in the tens place of the answer to this multiplication fact. For the answer's ones place value, we ask what number does the value in the tens place, which is 4 in this case, need to add to 9? Well, since 4 needs a 5 to add up to 9, we know there will be a 5 in the answer's ones place, and we have our answer to this multiplication fact. 5 times 9 equals 45. Remember, the order of the numbers we are multiplying doesn't impact the answer, so if we know 5 times 9 equals 45, that means we also know that 9 times 5 equals 45. Switching the order of those numbers doesn't impact the answer, and we talked about that in an earlier video. Let's do one more before you practice using the secret code on your own. Again, we start by asking, what's 1 less than the number we are multiplying by 9? We're multiplying 9 by 3 in this case, and 1 less than 3 is 2. So we know there will be a 2 in the tens place of the answer to this multiplication fact. Now, to get the value in the ones place of the answer to this multiplication fact, we ask, what number does 2 need to add up to 9? Well, since 2 plus 7 equals 9, 2 needs a 7 to add up to 9. So there will be a 7 in the ones place of the answer to this multiplication fact. And we have our answer to this multiplication fact. 3 times 9 equals 27. And remember, the order of the numbers we are multiplying does not impact the answer. So if we know 3 times 9 equals 27, We also know that 9 times 3 equals 27. And if you're not sure why that is, check out the second video in this series. Here's a chance to practice. But remember, it's only the times 9 multiplication facts that work this way. This secret code works for times 9 multiplication facts, but it doesn't work for any other multiplication facts. Here's some practice. Remember, the order the numbers we are multiplying are in doesn't change the answer. So maybe pause here and work out the answers. And here are the answers to those multiplication facts. Here's more opportunity to practice times 9 multiplication facts. Maybe pause until you've written in your answers. And here are the answers. Again, maybe pause to check them out and to make sure that you use that secret code. The tens place of the answer will always be one less than the number we are multiplying by 9. So 3 times 9, for example, 1 less than 3, which is the number we're multiplying by 9, is 2. So there's a 2 in the tens place of that answer. And then we just ask, what does 2 need to add up to 9? 2 needs a 7. So now there's a 7. There will be a 7 in the ones place of that answer. 3 times 9 equals 27. Thanks so much for joining me for Smiling Dog Math. Please share, like, and subscribe so lots of little kids can build a strong math foundation. I'm Dr. Marty Epstein. I have a PhD in math education and a few other advanced degrees, and the bottom line is I know a lot about how little kids first learn math and what can go wrong. This video is based on a workbook I made by the same name, Taming the Multiplication Monster. Bye for now.